Welcome, nature detectives. I'm Conrad Baker. I'm an outdoor educator with the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation at Letchworth State Park, and today I have a nature mystery for you. I'm hiding under a giant plant. I found a nature mystery underneath it that I think we can solve using our nature tools. We'll need two nature tools today, our eyes and our fingers. I'll show you what we're dealing with right here. This is our nature mystery. First nature clue. How big is it? Comparing it to my fingers, it's longer than any one of my fingers, and in fact, it's almost as big as my entire hand, almost as long as my entire hand. I would consider that to be a pretty big nature clue. Second nature clue. Feeling the side of it, it has little hairs, little bristles all over it. The hairs are thick and stiff, kind of like the hairs or bristles on a toothbrush. Reminds me of the hairs or bristles on a toothbrush. Third nature clue. Where did we find it? As I said, we're underneath a giant plant. Looking at the leaves of this plant, we see that they're tiny little pointy needles. You can see them behind me. That means that this is a kind of a tree that produces cones. Scientists might call it a coniferous tree. Let's put all our nature clues together. This is a nature mystery found underneath a coniferous tree. It has tiny bristles and hairs all up and down it. It's not smooth. And it's longer than any one of my fingers, almost as long as my hand. This must be a spruce cone that has been chewed by a red squirrel. It's not a normal spruce cone, which would look something like this. Spruce cones are covered normally in these scales, but a red squirrel has come along and held this spruce cone in its hands like corn on the cob and turned it and chewed all of those scales off. Underneath the scales, if you were to peel them away, you would find tiny winged seeds that normally, when a spruce cone is hanging, those scales will open up and those winged seeds will fly away on the wind and go and plant themselves elsewhere in the forest and create new baby spruce trees. But when red squirrels find spruce cones before they open, they can eat some of those seeds. Being the sloppy eaters that they are, they sometimes help to spread those seeds around to new areas of the forest where they couldn't have reached before. That makes red squirrels some of the most important animals in the forest. And in fact, if you want to put your nature detective skills to the test, try to find red squirrels in your neighborhood. You might find them up in trees or in woods, but you also might find them at bird feeders. Red squirrels love to visit bird feeders for all the free food that's there. Well, thank you so much for joining me for today's nature mystery. If you have any questions about red squirrels or other types of squirrels native to New York State, don't hesitate to put a comment in the comment section below the video. Share this video with your friends to put their nature detective skills to the test. And as always, like Letchworth State Park's Facebook page to stay tuned for more nature mysteries.